So let's take a look at your homework assignment, and we're just going to do the calculator portion. So we'll run the linear regressions that we need to do. So the first thing that you should already have done is you should have your 3 lists in your calculator. So if you recall, we switched, instead of using the actual years, we're just going to use that last digit for each one to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to use 4 for 2004 and so on. And so we're going to put our year, that single digit number, in L1, our songs downloaded in L2, and our CDs sold in L3. So on your calculator, once you've turned it on, you're going to press the Stat button, and you'll get to this menu. Then from there, we want to edit a list, so you'll hit Enter. And then verify. If you haven't yet put these lists in, go ahead and do so now. If you're going to do that, make sure to pause the video. Okay, so your 3 lists are in there. Now it's asking us to run these 3 regressions. So the first one says, what's the equation for the regression line comparing songs downloaded and time? Well, songs downloaded, remember, is L2, and time is years, L1. So we want to compare L1 and L2. Okay, so we'll go to the calculator, we'll press Stat. This time we want to calculate, so we're going to go to the Calculate menu, use the arrow. We want a linear regression, so that's option 4 where it says Lin Reg for linear regression. You can either use the arrows all the way down to 4 and hit Enter, or you could also just press the number 4 and then you don't have to hit Enter. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to make sure we're telling the calculator what to calculate. So over here, we're looking for L1 and L2, but in my calculator, it wants to calculate L2 and L3. That's going to give us different results. So we need to fix that. So where it says L2, I'm going to switch that around by doing second and then Stat. What that gives you, the second gives you what's up above each button. So pressing second gives me list instead of Stat. So this gives me a list of names that I can use. Now I want L1, so that's already there. I'll hit Enter. Now it's comparing L1 and L3. So we need to switch L3. So I'm going to do the same thing. Second, Stat to get that list. This time I want L2, so I'm going to use the arrow to go down to L2 and hit Enter. Now it's ready to go. It says, let's calculate list 1 versus list 2 for a linear regression. So go down to Calculate and hit Enter. Okay, now it's telling us that we have the equation y equals ax plus b, so it's giving us the format where a, the slope, is 12.77 and b, the y-intercept, is negative 48.16. We'll come back to the r on another day. So go ahead and write your equation. Pause the video if you need to. Great, so our equation there is y equals 12.77x minus 48.16. Okay, next we need to compare CDs sold over time. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our heading. So CDs sold, that's L3. Time, L1. So now we're going to compare L1 and L3 instead of L1 and L2. So same process. We're going to hit Stat. We want to calculate. We want a linear regression. It's nice that all of our lists are already in there. We don't have to retype those. We just need to tell the calculator what to do. So we want L1 and L3. Okay, we've got L1 and L2. All right, we'll go down to L2. Now remember, to change the name, you need to go to the list. So that's second Stat for the list. We want to choose option 3 for L3. So I'm just going to press the number 3. Now it says L1 versus L3, so we can go down and calculate. Okay, now our slope is negative 85.3, and the y-intercept is 1,119.9. Go ahead and write that down. Pause the video if you need a moment. Okay, great. Now our third problem, our third regression we need to run is comparing songs downloaded to CDs sold. Well, let's see, songs downloaded, that's L2, CDs sold L3. So now we're going to use lists L2 and L3, but the rest of the process is identical. So we'll go to stat, calculate, option 4 for linear regression. Hopefully you're getting faster at this. Now this has L1 and 3. We want L2 and 3. So we just need to change L1. So second stat for the list, change L1 to L2, and hit enter. Now it's comparing L2 to 3. Go down to calculate and hit enter. Okay, gives you your slope and y-intercept. Go ahead and write your equation. Pause the video so that way you can test yourself. Okay, now you have the equations that you need in order to do the remaining problems on the front.